Yo, it's a Wednesday, hump day,
That's it, man.
and we're a little bit late this evening. My fault. I'm sorry for those who uh who are patiently waiting and whatnot. But we are trying to figure out this whole new system that we have adapted to, and we'll see what we could do. We're trying to give you the best Cowboys Nation's experience. So definitely, please, please bear with us. We're trying our best to make sure that we give you the best quality. The whole 9 yards. We're trying to be live on TikTok, live, Instagram, live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're trying to do the whole 9 yards. We're trying to reach everywhere, right? Because there's a cup of tea for everybody, right, Harv? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right, man. And I don't think the crazy part about it is if you've really not in the space, like you don't know how hard it is, man. Just fixing these small nuisance of trying to bring the best product you can to everybody, man. It's really hard.
Very difficult. It is very difficult, but all trial and error. And I'm very, very thankful for everybody that is very, very patient with us. But let's get right into football, right? Because that's exactly what we're here to do, right? Is talk about football. Harv, we have a bye week. We had a bye week last week. We saw a lot of craziness in this world called the NFL. Excuse me. And the one thing that has been outlining right now, recently, especially, is geez, Louise, the comment section is already funny on YouTube. So, look, first and foremost, thank you all for tuning in. And if you're new to the Cowboys Cast, please subscribe, hit the like button, share it. I mean, let us. We are on the road to 1,000 here. We're very close. I believe last time I checked, we were 164 away, man. So please help us get to that 1,000 on YouTube. Instagram, you guys have done a great job. TikTok, I mean, you guys blew everybody out of the water since a year ago. And Facebook, obviously Facebook, thank you for being back. Thank you for letting us be back in your good graces, right? Because obviously we were banned from there for a while. Jose Paises, pues ya era tiempo. So Jose did a little bit of English or Spanish to English translation. He says, well, it's about dang time, right? Hey, Jose. Shit, round of applause for him, man. You know what? No, 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 no. We're gonna do the war.
Ooh.
Hey, when we go to battle, Jose's right there with us, man.
That is true.
I love it. Hey, shouts out to you. I know. I mean, hey, it's unfortunate, for most of us, we're Astro fans, and shoot, yesterday was a very surreal moment for us. But I mean, Harv, how do you feel about that? I mean, we're going to talk about football, but how do you feel about that? I mean, Texas is Texas.
You know, if it's not football, I'll take it, man. As long as it's not football.
You know what? I'm with you. I
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Spurs fan, I'm an Astros fan, but those sports are kind of I'm not too biased to it, but I'm saying if the Texas Rangers win, I might throw on a little Texas Rangers shirt. You don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, you gotta support the state, right? And there's a great song. Look at this. Jose Pais showing love, man. Always, bro. Hey, you will always be a day one for us.
Always.
A Michael 34 on TikTok says, "Go Rangers!" Yeah, hey, go finish it, man. Go. Put AZ. Is it AZ Diamondbacks, right?
Yeah, Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks. Go show Diamondbacks what Texas is all made of. Because for whatever reason, our Cowboys have not been able to do that for quite some time, or the Longhorns see it, right?
Ah.
Who's getting it to? Hey, well, Harvard, we
Hey,
are.
I don't care what anybody says though. That Longhorn USC game is probably one of number one game ever in college football. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, it was the most epic of all time, man. I mean, that USC team was stacked hard
It
from
was
head,
stacked.
head to toe.
It was almost like David and Goliath, man. Like, no, I don't think anybody thought they were going to get beaten.
Hey, and Vince Young, man, and that was the one player that was outlining on that team, man. And I mean, Matt Liner, Reggie Bush. I mean, we couldn't compete with that stack USC team. But hey, it is what
Yeah.
it is, man. We'll see what's up. I haven't been able to keep up with usually usually with college football. I usually keep. I want to say it is officially Fridays when I start paying attention to the actual standings. I don't know. I think last the Longhorns were ninth. I know they came away with a win. I don't know how much they moved up, but this Sunday, Cowboys finally play at noon. Harv, the Rams are going to be visiting the Dallas Cowboys at home. The one thing that has stood out so far right now is the injury report. Harv, I mean, go ahead and give it to everybody. What is the Cowboys' current injury report saying?
I think it's been from what they said, right? I don't know how true this is, but apparently this injury report is the healthy it's been in decades is what they said. So I don't know how true that is, but if you look at the injury report, man, everybody's back. They all returned from injury, and they talk about, since week 3, uh, it's the first time the entire active roster is healthy again, and that's going to be major key for the ability to go. I mean, it's crazy, man.
It is definitely crazy.
I mean, other than IR, I mean, that's kind of like given, but there's nobody, man.
It's just one person actually, Juan A. Thomas, and he was a full participant. Harv,
Well, I don't count him
I
because
do.
he cracked it. He practiced.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I
still,
don't
yeah, but still. Oh, I
like.
count
He
him
did a
being
he
part
did a
of the
full
future.
practice, so yeah.
I count him towards the future. So, but this is the first Sunday that the Cowboys are actually playing at noon. Harv, I mean, does the first and foremost does your Cowboys tailgate party change any different as far as what is going to be on the menu to eat that day?
No, man.
Keep it rolling, right?
Yeah.
Is it a traditional thing?
What for? What?
Like, like for instance, I have my lucky socks, got my lucky shirt. You know what I'm saying? We got little rituals being a part of Cowboys Nation.
I ain't got no rituals, man.
With these Cowboys, we cannot, right? Waltz 22. If I mention their name on TikTok, please go and follow them so they can get to 1,000. So they can go live. Maybe we can do a little collab. Waltz 22 says, "I'm concerned with our running game." That's what he's trying to say. Michael 34 says, "It's about their time," which is the Rangers' time. And Daniel says, "Go Arlington Rally Days on Saturday's game, Sunday. Any recommendations?"
Ooh.
I'm not from Arlington, but I am from Texas. Well, you know what?
Ah.
It's kind of weird, right? Because I was born in many people that are from the Arlington area, they probably don't know this place, but I was born in Greenville, Texas. I actually lived there up until I was about 2 years old, I think 3 maybe. And every year I've gone and visit my uncles and aunts that live over there. I have some people there in Plano, Texas. I have some aunts in Plano and some other weird. It's a weird name, but anyways, whatever for whatever it is, it's a good time, Harv. I think the Cowboys are healthy. They're kind of coming into a great situation, especially with what's going on with the NFL. We saw, I mean, let's get right into it. The 49ers gave us a big L.
Yep.
Cowboys were able to bounce back. And we saw during our bye week, uh, 49ers went down, and I think they were the biggest that was the biggest risk for the Cowboys heading into or making a playoff push. I think everybody's trying to figure out the seeding, and NFC right now is the most unpredictable, I think, right now with AFC at this point, Harv. At the beginning of the year, we're like, no, NFC is strong. All the teams in the NFC are strong. They're going to make a push, and that's it. Uh, I mean, damn, we are in a tight situation here. Let's see here. He goes, what's up? And I'm feeling healthy too with an extra week of stress or free football.
For real, man. Hey, that is true.
PJ, it's good to see you.
PJ, we
What's up,
haven't seen
guys?
PJ in a while, man.
I know, man.
PJ.
Well, it was bye week, so give him
Yeah.
a little pass. What's up, guys? What's good? DC for life for always,
Yes,
man. Right?
sir.
Y'all ready for the dub? Yes.
He's already. Let's go.
Look, we got some questions on TikTok too, right?
Okay.
Uh, Michael 34 says, and it's Michael with an X instead of an I. He says, "Is there a chance we could get another running back?" Question mark.
I
Harv,
I I kind of.
do you think that we need another running back first and foremost? Because
I think we do, man.
you're not sold on Rico.
I am sold on Rico, but I think if we get a running back, they'll actually play him like the cowbell he should be. They're just not playing Rico like a cowbell the way he should, and then bring Pollard as the reliever, man.
I will tell you this, Harv. When you go back and watch the film, Pollard is standing defensive alignments up when it comes to pass block.
No, I got you, but I don't see that burst and that dynamic like Pollard that I saw a year ago. It's just not there.
I mean, we've heard it time in, time out, right? I mean, the thing is that injuries take a big toll on people. I think.
Look, this is what I say. We go out and get Derrick Henry, man. You're
Okay,
telling me that would not change the dynamic?
so Danny O says Derrick Henry question mark.
I'm telling you, why isn't he is in his last look, and everybody is correct when they say this. This team is so close, man. Why not go get a Derrick Henry? Why not?
Because Jerry Jones said that we don't need it. He's comfortable with the team that we have. Harv.
Look at what the Eagles are doing, man.
Kevin Byard, he's a ball hockey safety.
He is, man. He is.
You can't make a mistake with him.
Look at Patrick Surtain.
Oh,
He's only he's not going to cost you very much, and he has 2 years left. Like, why not? Why not put this team together now? And if you win a Super Bowl, then you break up some of those people and get rid of them, and you add more in the next year. That's just the way it is. It's not going to cost you very much. That's the problem. But we're so close right now, man. Like, imagine if, take for instance, you're telling me that you would not put the NFL on notice if you got Derrick Henry and Patrick Surtain.
it's on notice right there.
I'm just saying, like, that would change everything.
Danny O's on TikTok says that would put us over the top. Jerry.
It would, man. It really would.
Now my name is Jerry, so I don't know if he's talking to me directly.
No, I think he's talking about Jerry Jones.
You're talking about Jerry World. But
But
let's go ahead and break down some of these, some of the stats, Harv. Let's see what we got going on right now because obviously you always want to see what your opponent is doing good. I think right now with the Rams, they are actually their defense is ranked. See, they're ranked 12 on defense, Harv, right now. I mean, a lot of it has to go with Aaron Donald. I know they have some other players. Offensively, they're ranked 6, Harv.
yeah.
Cowboys are ranked. Let me see. I don't even want to admit it. 16th, Harv. Anyways, Harv. So what is your what right now? How do you feel about this matchup? And it's a home game, right? And it's against these Rams, and these Rams look different than the year before. So when you actually look at the big picture, I mean, how do you feel overall being a part of Cowboys Nation headed into this Rams game after a bye week?
I feel good, man. I think they've had 2 weeks to study this team. I think that's a plus. The other thing is, I don't know if they can run the ball effectively like other teams. So that's kind of plays into our game plan a little bit. The other thing is, can Stafford run like Herbert and all the other ones? Dobbs? I don't think he can, man.
Great question, Harv.
So that kind of helps us as well. That's kind of been our Achilles heel on defense. We put the pressure on, and that quarterback slips out through the cracks, man, and gets the first down. That's always kind of hurt us a little bit. So I think that's probably a key to the game. Stafford's probably not as mobile as he used to be. he can still run, but he's not as mobile as he used to be. So that the only thing that kind of scares me, obviously, is the two dynamic receivers they got, man, and Puka and Cup. Like those guys are really good. It almost seems like they're twins. And I,
And it sounds like you're talking about an ice cream parlor too, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep, you know what I mean?
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, and Cup has taught him everything, and you can tell by the way he runs his routes. It almost looks like Cup. So to me, I think in order for you to win this game, we have to play right on top of these receivers. We got to play right on top of them
So you're
and get
saying you're trying to tell Dan Quinn, do not give him that cushion that we've been giving every wide
nope,
receiver, right?
nope,
Right. We've
don't do it.
been noticing these corners have been playing almost what more
7,
more than 7 yards back, right?
yeah, yeah.
And if it's a third and six, Cowboys are kind of giving up that they're giving up more than 6 yards, and because
But
you're going to backpedal what 3 more yards, so they're back 10. So if they got to get to the first down, I mean, it's kind of messing up the flow of the defense, right?
but the biggest thing is if you play right up on these guys and the quarterback looks at one, he's like, oh, he's covered. He looks at the next one, he's covered. By the time he looks to the third, our defensive line should be there
You're
because
right.
you're saving that 1 to 2 seconds, hoping that he checks off all the way down to his check down, hopefully, or his third receiver. So that's the kind of game that I would play. And I just challenge him, like, beat me, man. At the end of the day, try to beat my guys. I think if we do that, it should be an easy game.
Look who we got chiming in with us right here.
Adam!
Adam, Vato Loco. Let's go Cowboys, right? That's what he's saying. And he says, this is also what he says, 40 bird coming up, baby.
Oh my god!
Every time he's called it, Harv, like it's happened.
It has.
And he didn't come on with the 49ers, Harv. I think that's on that juju is on him, Harv.
I don't think so.
Adam. Adam, I love you, bro. He goes, yo, Javi, don't be scared, bro.
Never, my brother, never.
Never, never, never. But getting back to the game, at the beginning of the week, Harv, I believe we were 8. What was it? 8. We were favored it by 8 points. I just saw on TikTok right now. It's 6.5 now. This rookie wide receiver Puka has really came on board. Been playing lights out. I think he was targeted 16 times and caught the ball 10 for 154 yards in his last game. Harv, have you ever seen a wide receiver do this before?
As for his rookie year,
That's my question. Yeah.
the only person that I can remember doing this kind of thing is Randy Moss.
And he doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the height. This guy's just the overachiever, Harv. I mean,
He is, man.
to the limit. So right now we have Deron Bland, Stephon Gilmore. Hey, Gilly. Man, I love that sequence of play calling. I think really Micah really was able to showcase exactly who he is in the NFL, Harv. And then after that, Gilly just locked it down, baby.
Yep.
Alex says the problem is we don't play a lot of bump and run with Dan Quinn.
I don't know why we don't, man.
Is it do you think it's more because of the personnel that we have, or is it because of Dan Quinn's style of playing?
I think that's his style.
Because he's letting his defensive line get to the passer?
Yeah, he wants his cornerbacks to react to the ball is what it is.
It makes perfect sense to me, especially when you have one of the best, tone setters, right? And on defensive line. And I'm not even gonna say Micah, I'm saying D Law, Harv. I mean, he showed up every week. I mean, last year, how many times did we see him on the injury report last year, Harv?
Every week.
Every week. And who was balling out?
Yeah.
D Law. He was there. Osabayi says, "What's up, Adam?" Hey, that 49 loss, it's on you, Adam. I'm sorry you weren't here for us, man. Hey, we got somebody on Facebook. Is this Tyrone comment? The Cowboys should be a favorite at all time. Should we?
You know how I feel about that.
It's hard. We ate the cheese too early, Harv, and damn, man, they kind of like the
I'm not
guys.
eating it. I'm not eating the cheese anymore.
I mean, it's understandable. I wouldn't blame you either.
My
I mean,
heart has been broken way too many times.
so the 49ers have the injury bug now and get to feel what we feel now. He goes, but we get all the media attention. Harv.
You know what was kind of weird about that? We talked about it. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, you know what, like, Harv, we haven't really seen how big of a news that Brock Purdy's not gonna be playing this week because of a concussion protocol. We're not hearing about the 49ers losing. We're not hearing about the Eagles just barely winning. So it is what it is, man. I mean, it is what it is.
This is the thing, like about Brock Purdy. Why are they doing a concussion protocol like 2 or 3 days later? I honestly think if you go back and watch that game, Kyle Shanahan was mad at him.
He was mad.
I think he was very upset. And me and Walt, y'all know Walt Stringer, right?
Lions Avenue.
We had a conversation. He said, "Isn't it funny how every time Kyle Shanahan has a quarterback and they look like they're it, and then he asks them to do a little bit more, and they just falter, man. Look at Jimmy G. He has Jimmy G to do a little bit more, be a better quarterback, and it didn't work out. Now he's asking Brock Purdy to do a little bit more, and it hasn't worked out for 2 weeks back to back. Because I'll tell you what, these games are going to start getting harder and harder. So he might have something, man. I'm going to be honest with you. It's weird that he's on protocol now and he wasn't during the game. They should have buzzed him out. But now everybody, all the 49ers are saying, oh, after that concussion hit, he went 2 for 6.
You just sparked something to my mind right now, Harv.
What's up?
Why isn't there any Niner fans on?
Wait a minute.
Chiming in on TikTok saying gang gang, fly Eagles fly.
That is kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, right? Like they wait till their team does good, but they make sure that they made us know that we didn't do good that week.
Wow. You're right about that. There's nobody on TikTok coming in with 49ers this and that. It's some crickets out here, man.
It is crickets. Crickets. But
Whoa.
hey, when the Cowboys lose, who's on? Harf?
Oh yeah, they're on. Like cockroaches, man.
No. We are on.
No. Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, we face the music, man, for sure.
We face the music. So I know we're getting a little bit behind on some of this. Adam, ¿qué pasó, Jose? Finally, these vatos come on YouTube. They're both laughing too, man. Tyrone says Dallas Cowboys got to get in those 49ers face for the NFC title. Harv, does it look like? I mean, because we were on East West yesterday. Let's look at it, and this is unprecedented what we're doing right now, right, Harv? We're going to talk about another team on the Cowboys Cast right now. So, for the Eagles, right? The Philadelphia Eagles, they face up against the Buccaneers, the Commanders, the Rams. Oops. Let me get it screwed up. I'm sorry. That's their previous teams, and the Jets. And of course, the Dolphins, which they won. But next up for them again is the Eagles at Commanders, right? Harv, you seen
Yep.
that stadium? I mean, how is that stadium? You can explain it.
It's horrible.
I mean, it's
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 so bad.
it's not really the ideal situation, you know. And then from there, okay, Eagles play face off against Commanders. Cowboys versus Eagles. We're gonna play at Philly. Then the Eagles at Chiefs. Then the Bills at Eagles. Then the 49ers at Eagles. And then the Bills at Eagles. I'm sorry. And then the Eagles at Cowboys, and then the Eagles at Seahawks are, and then of course, then they get a little break with the Giants, but we'll see how they do against the Cardinals are. But this next stretch of games for the Eagles, I mean, one, which is the Commanders, two is the Cowboys, three is the Chiefs, four is the Bills, five is the 49ers, whew, six is the Eagles at home versus the Cowboys, and then Eagles at Seahawks. Harv, does that schedule look any easy for
It,
these Eagles? Intra division,
it doesn't, and that's why I said that game against the Dolphins was very big for them. They had to win that game.
and they did. Harv. They,
Yep.
they 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 were able to come through and of course seal the deal. Thing with the Eagles is they are that team. They are that team that will find a way to win if you let them stay in the game long enough.
Yep.
So Daniels was the one who said we're favored by 6.5. Iron Hand says Russell Wilson might be available. We can send Dak to Denver. Iron Hands, no thanks. That was by Daniels. Iron Hand says at least start Cooper Rush. Uh, Daniels, we always play the Eagles though. Yeah, we do.
Tough.
Twice.
Tough. Yeah.
It's always twice. Twice a year for
Oh, he
sure.
said we always plays the Eagles tough.
Yes, it's always tough. It's always tough. Let's see. Tyrone also went on to say, and to be honest, Dallas Cowboys got to pull up like they want it. I mean,
That is true.
that is very true. I think with the 49er game, for whatever reason, the vibes weren't really there for me. I think, for whatever reason, the Cowboys have a ton of confidence when it comes to the Eagles. Harv, have you seen it? Yes or no?
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of confidence.
Adam says, so are we going to get anyone in trade before the trade deadline? I mean, unfortunately, I think Jerry Jones kind of shut everything down, but could that be Jerry Jones kind of trying to pull a smart one on the rest of the league, Harv?
It might be.
You
It
never
might
know.
be.
You never know. I think at this point, it's very obvious that this is a team that Mike McCarthy has constructed, and I think I think some of the storylines that we're looking to see what happens from next is if the Cowboys do not come away victorious from the Rams, how long before we see that uh, play calling duties on offense gets turned over?
That I thought it would happen already, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna happen, Jerry. Shouldn't it have happened already?
I mean, I think I really do think that this week, and then of course the one against the Eagles, I think that's really gonna be the determining factor.
I honestly think that they had two weeks this past week in the bye for him to be the offensive coordinator. So what if all of a sudden we go to the With the Rams come over and we see Schottenheimer calling the plays?
I wouldn't be upset. Or
I'm
Sean
just
Hunt
saying,
is super sharp.
what if Mike McCarthy doesn't even say anything? It just happens, and then it's going to be a buzz. Everybody's going to be asking about it.
I don't know, man. At that point, I think Jerry Jones is gonna be having a really good talk with Mike McCarthy and telling him, "Hey, I
Yeah.
don't know about that." Have y'all heard anything about Trey Lance, Harv?
No, man. He all that I know about Trey Lance is that if you see his routine and all the things he's doing, they're treating him as if he were going to play anytime.
Well,
Like,
he's the emergency quarterback, right?
yeah, but I'm saying they're treating him like the backup.
As they
Like they
should. That's a part of player development, which
yeah,
is,
they're working a lot with him one on one for sure.
I mean, he is the third pick overall in that draft class, Harv.
Yep.
They give up what the that year's
Three
draft
number ones, right?
first round, and then two other first round picks and a third.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking a player with upside, Harv. He has all the upside in the world.
Yep.
He says Parsons needs to stay off social media and worry about. This is by Jose Pais. Parsons needs to stay off social media and worry about showing every.
You missed.
I did right,
Yeah.
Tyrone, right? He says
Johnny
But on
Brewer.
the real, Dallas stay on that mission to need to fade away Cowboys. Oh, I missed Johnny Brewer. My bad, Johnny.
Yeah,
What do you think about Micah Parsons said about the best team in the NFL? I think it was a shot at our front office. I think he sees the Eagles GM doing doing everything he can to win a Super Bowl.
that is true. He did come out and say like the Eagles, man, like they're doing everything they can to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, it was. I think that the reason why that pick with Monty Smith in the first round was because, I mean, almost. I mean, it sounded like it was Micah's call, right? That's what he wanted was a
Yeah.
somebody that can free him up so he can get to disrupt the plays and whatnot. Um, and then this is where Tyrone says, "But on the real, Dallas stay on that mission. No need to fade away." Jose Pais is still on this. He does not like social. He does not like Parsons on social media.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That like I love Micah Parsons and it's awesome. Like more motivation or whatever you got it for him. I got it. I just I don't know if I could do that, man. I would not be on social media. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a pro athlete like Micah, I would not be on social media.
And then he's saying, "Jose, I agree on Parsons and social media." I mean, people get in trouble with social media sometimes. I mean, you do the wrong thing, you get in trouble. Or somebody says the extra week would have been the time to switch shot callers, man.
Yep, he's right, and I don't be surprised if it if they show up and you see Brian Schottenheimer calling plays. Why
We'll
not? It's
see.
the perfect time to do it.
We'll see, Tyrone. I think you're onto something too. Harv, I think you're onto something too. I'll tell you this with Schottenheimer, man, he's keeping mental notes of exactly the time clock when he sees something from his actual from offensive line to running backs to wide receivers. I mean, he super sharp Harv.
Yeah.
Tyron has said, like I said before, if Mike McCurry don't go on a hot streak, he should be fired mid-season. Tyron,
I
I
don't know about that.
understand because we've been a part of Cowboys Nation for better half of 30 plus years, and I think me and Harv were talking today with Kendall out of Ken's Pet Talk. Just so you don't know, if you do, go find him. He likes Patriots. Like the Patriots, go and find him on YouTube. Ken's Pet Talk. And then the Lions Ab is on Facebook, and for Walt, he's the Lions Av on Facebook and LinkedIn. So go find them too. Follow them, but they are really good, great football minds. It was a good conversation we're having today, Harv. I think this one we were talking about um if right now we are seeing a trend right now in the NFL, right? And it
Yeah.
looks like it's almost like a youth transition of I think you're the one who said it was you who said I think the only one that is adapted to the youth is Andy Reid. For the most part, we've seen what Bill Parcells has been able to do. For whatever reason, it's not working there with the Patriots. Um, Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl. Can you take nothing away from it? I mean, it's just one of them things where I think it's kind of hard when you're talking about trying to turn or what is it? What's the word, Harv? When you
Pass the baton.
on, it's kind of hard when your general manager is the same age as these respected uh,
Yeah.
coaches, man. Um, but we'll see with Mike McCarthy. I don't see any midseason firing, although Cowboys Nation is already fed up and they want that new blood. They want this new circuit. They want motion going on the offense. Because right when we saw that, we saw CD make some big plays. I mean, that was a crazy. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we saw a lot of motion in the offense. Shout out to all the Cowboys content creators that pointed that out before us. Um, but it's true, Harv. I mean, the motion, just the pre-snap motion in the offense, we are seeing less and less of it every single week, Harv. And but with these new play callers like Cal Shanahan, I mean Sean McVay, I mean, there's a list of them, right? I think they all
Yeah,
come from the same registry, but Harv, they get every player on the move, and they keep everybody on their toes.
they do,
So
man. You got to think Sean McVay. He made the huge decision after his quarterback took to the Super Bowl and said, "This is not my guy." Who does that?
Sean McVay does that.
Yeah, and that's my point. You have if you're not happy with something, then say something and get rid of it, or them or whoever. Like he said, this is not my quarterback. I need somebody else. And they traded for Matthew Stafford, and guess what happened? They won a Super Bowl.
You want
Then they
to-
dismantled the team, and now they're actually playing. Last year was not a good year for them, but Matthew Stafford was hurt as well. But now you see them. What are they doing now? They went to a youth movement and look at them now. Now, Jerry, if you look at that team, they're not a bad team.
They're not a bad team.
And I'm just saying, if they get more pieces for another year, they might be able to go on a run.
They could. It's very possible.
But the way they constructed that team for one Super Bowl, and they might have a shot in another year or two.
Maybe even
But
this year, right? But
maybe
we're expecting the Seahawks to take hold of that of the NFC
but
West, but they're still kind of shaky.
But my point to that is, like you said, you're right. Andy Reid's probably the only older coach that has changed his ways in the way the game is being played today. You got Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, even Kevin O'Connell. He called a great game against the Niners, and they executed to what he wanted to do, and look what happened. And you also got who is it? I always forget his coach from the Bengals. Zach Taylor. Is it Zach?
Okay, Zach Taylor, but you're talking about Bill Callahan's son, right?
But Bill Callahan, he's the offensive coordinator for that team. I like him too. He's a young coach coming up. But I'm saying it almost seems like they're not conforming to what is happening in the NFL. And I will say, I'll leave it at this for that discussion, right? There's not one head coach that has gone to the Super Bowl and won it and gone to another team and won it. Not one. So just because you have a Super Bowl coach doesn't mean you're going to win.
It's very true, very true. Danny O's on TikTok says Jerry wants a yes man.
Yeah,
He says
that's what
Pollard,
it's.
and he also said Pollard's no Zeke. That he's why even try? I guess.
Why?
Adam says Dak needs to be more mobile for smart yardage instead of the same run plays we do on third down and negative yards.
Yep, I agree with that, man.
I will tell you this: for whatever reason, in the fourth quarter, it was pointed out by other content creators, and when you had to go back and look at it, it looked like Dak was starting to take some of the plays that he liked and was spearheading the offense himself.
That is true. When I did see the all 22, he's right. It looked like he kind of switched over to his own plays. And I think he said it as well too. He switched some of the plays.
He did say it. He
So
actually said it in his interview. Tyrone Coleman says, right, Dallas Cowboys need to stay on the low, so big Dallas Cowboys should go on that playoff madness.
okay.
I like the philosophy. I think that you're right. Let's just stay where we're at right now. Let's not make too much noise. Let's get these wins. Don't make too much noise, right? Especially us or doing this, right? or doing none of that, right? I think we should just be humble for a bit, and then when we get that Super Bowl, we can be finally. Jose says Dak seems to be listening to Shoddy way more than McCarthy. This is something that I have not heard any Cowboys content creator say right now, Harv.
I agree with that because they're always talking on the bench.
They are talking.
They're always talking, and I feel like Mike McCarthy and him are not. And even when they do talk, they look like they're mad at each other.
I mean, you pointed out the no looks, and we go back at the time clock, and you ain't looking. There, I mean, they're not even like talking out there, especially with the interceptions, because right now nobody wants to talk about how Jalen Hurts has 8 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Dak Prescott has 4 interceptions. Not that we're cheering it on, but 3 of those came in one game. The other one was from, you know what I'm saying? It happens. These things happen. But hey, great catch, Jose, and props to you on bringing that up. Johnny Brewer says, "I think we should let Brian Scheimer call plays, let Dak out the pocket and create." What do you think?
I've always said that. I've been saying that since we started the Cowboys cast, man. Dak is a better quarterback when he runs or he's outside the pocket. We've said it. If you look back from, I think they did a 2017 all the way to 2000, I think before he got hurt. If you look at all the games that he played in, and he had 5 or more runs in those games combined, the Cowboys won that game 80% of the time. Look it up. Every time he ran the ball 5 or more times, 80% of the time they won the game.
And like
That's
you said, like you also have said in the prior past, is that we need to get him involved in the running game, like specific design plays for him, not just this freelance like roll out is not there, take the first down. No, 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 no. Get him on this nice play action plays, right?
yep.
And I think that we'll see a different Dak. Daniel says trying to make Pollard a inside runner, and he's not.
That's what I keep. He's not an inside runner.
Yeah, he has that tendency, Harv. When you look at it, he tries to bounce out, man, a lot.
He does.
Adam says, question for y'all both. Do y'all want Gallup traded like they keep saying on social media? I don't.
So this is the thing about Gallup that people do not understand. I don't think he's being utilized to his strengths. To me, Gallup is a 50-50 ball, and I call the route bang route. They call it bang route, the Michael Irvin route, the whatever you want to call it, deep slant. That's Gallup's game. That is the player that you get. I'm just saying, like, but we got to throw the ball right to him though first. But Michael Gallup, you leave somebody one on one with him, he's going to get that ball. If you actually go back to his rookie class, which was with DJ Moore, Cedric Wilson, and Gallup had the better range than all of those receivers in that draft class when we're talking about catch radius. That's the type of guy he is. Like he could literally stand on your garage and you throw the ball anywhere in that direction, that part of the garage, he's going to catch it. That's the type of player he is. He's not going to run you a quick in and out route. He's not that guy.
They are, but people that have been paying attention to the Cowboy Cast since the training camp, they know I've been Jalen Tolbert.
They haven't what?
They should know that I'm with Jalen Tolbert.
I mean, you look,
We
you can't even throw it to the open guys. You want Tolbert to get the ball and Gallup to get the ball. It ain't gonna happen.
I just think with Tolbert, I just think the way he runs his routes is just a little bit more crisp, a little bit more with aggression and something to prove. I think that maybe perhaps I think that we need to find a way to get him the ball a little bit more often.
I agree.
Uh, Loyalty for Lights and says, "Bro, tell me why none wants Gallup or Sam Williams. It's because the Cowboys over what ball players
Value.
or overvalue players, none less." Daniel says, "Look at the numbers. Kellen Moore versus McCarthy got rid of him because McCarthy was hearing footsteps."
That's what we said. We said that from the beginning, guys. He got rid of Kellen Moore and he's a play caller because it's instinct, it's human nature. If I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna get fired going down my way. That's just the way it is.
My way or the highway, right, Harv?
Yep.
Adam says he liked Johnny Brewer's statement about Schottenheimer calling plays.
Yeah.
Tyrone says Cowboys got to change up for a new style playing and sneak the hell right in NFC Championship. I mean, Texas is going to get cold. I heard on Monday and Tuesday. I think
Yep.
we're having a very cold front coming in, which is very unusual for Texas, especially during this time of the year. Also, it says it took Dak 8 years to figure out how he could change plays after getting the big check.
I don't think that was the case. I don't think they actually asked him to do those things. That's the difference.
Not to mention that he was best friends with Kellen Moore. I think
Yeah.
Kellen Moore was beneficial to him and his maturation as a quarterback. But we know with Dak needs to clean up something in his own internal mind as far as to be able to make the plays that we've seen him do before. Alex says McCarthy is mad because Dak is not throwing to the open receiver, laughing out loud. What wouldn't you be mad?
That is true.
Alex
That's
always,
that's what's happening.
Alex always comes in with the facts, right? Jose says y'all have to think about it. Dak got picked up because of how he played in college. Now he gets in the NFL and changes. It happens to everybody, Harv. We've seen so many quarterbacks come in and they are, I mean, ablaze to the NFL. Their first year and the second year, teams find a way to shut it down. And Dak had to learn how to play quarterback. He did. Took him about 3 seasons before he started understanding. And unfortunately, he became friends with his boss, which I don't know who you should blame on that one. It should be the boss, but it's Dak in this situation because the star is always bigger and better in Texas and all over the NFL. Tyrone says, and the thing is, Prescott got to run more, no slippery when wet.
It's funny.
It is kind of funny because I know what he's trying to say, man. Like
Yeah.
Dak looks like he doesn't really want to run right now.
Yep.
Swag, I'm back.
So give him a give him a little swag. Swag. You ain't got the answer. Swag. You ain't got him. You ain't got him.
Damn, loyalty for lifetime is going off. He says, so sick of bargain by Jerry. Bro, Dak isn't it. And he's sick of him. Damn. So what happens when you wear the star on your helmet? Danny O says, Eagles are the only team that can run the scrum play with Hurts successfully, which is called, what was it called?
The tush push.
The tush push, which now we're finding out that I think the NFL is going to review that, right? I think. Perfect answer, Javi, on Gallup. I also think he's our better option for red zone passes over the
That's what I'm
shoulder.
saying. Why don't we do that with him, man? He's there, but we don't do it.
Yeah, just play to the player's strengths at this point in his career. Adam says, I'm a little worried about our secondary coverage.
So am I.
What are you worried about? Deron Bland?
I am.
Deron Bland, I mean, he almost had 2 picks. He just, I mean, let's just be honest. Justin Herbert
I'm not,
throws 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
I don't think he's talking about Bland though. I think he's talking about everybody else.
Gilly was able to come away with the
look. I'm telling you right now, everybody's up on Gilmore so much. I'm not. I think there's gonna come a time where you put a fast receiver on him, and you're gonna see how vulnerable he is.
Please relax, Cowboys Nation.
I'm just saying. I'm being honest. I'm telling you. I'm giving it to you real. There's time. You know what I'm talking about. That fast receivers got away from him.
That's Jerry. Tyler. No, loyalty for lifetime says, is Jerry trying to prove you can find a gem? Dak is trash like Romo. All bargain buy players. Damn, loyalty. Don't do that to Romo. Romo's one of my favorite Cowboy players of all time. I love Tony Romo, man. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Daniel says, did y'all see how sharp Kirk Cousins looked versus the Niners?
I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why Kirk Cousins looked good.
The coach.
No, I don't think it's the coach. Because if you look at some of the plays, they're almost the same plays we ran. The route concept, the mesh concept, we almost ran the same routes. But listen the difference. When Dak dropped back to pass, he never helped his offensive line. He kept drifting away to the back and left and right. What did Kirk Cousins do when he got pressure? He stepped into the pocket and he continued to look down the field for his open receivers. That is the difference. Check the film. It don't lie. Just like they say in baseball, the ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. Tyrone says, and on the real, if Dallas Cowboys see those Niners, Big Dallas needs to shut down their hopes for 6 before us. Jose says, how much should we blame the quarterback or the receivers? Oh, you see this?
I think I'll be honest with you. If you look at the film, I'm gonna say probably just to be fair, I'll say 60-40 quarterback. Honestly.
Yeah, because I did point out specifically with Kirk Cousins, right? Because I think for whatever reason, NFL and many fans, they always want to compare Kirk Cousins and Dak That they're the same quarterback, right, Harv?
They're
And
what?
that Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins are the same quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the comparison right now in the
Yeah.
NFL. But look at Kirk Cousins though. If you look back to that against the 49ers want to push. They want their defense to dictate the quarterback to push it to the flats, right? And then everybody attack the flats with their check downs or whoever they have hanging around there. But with Kirk Cousins and that offensive scheme, I mean, it took Kirk Cousins not checking it down to the flat. You can see
Yep.
it. It almost looked like a no look pass right down the middle, especially in the fourth quarter. It was right before them trying to seal the deal. I know that the defense sealed the deal with the interception, but Kirk Cousins made a heck of a throw, and he hit his target on the money, and it was in the middle where that defense is most vulnerable. So I mean, I think it goes hand in hand. Hand in hand. You got to put the blame on both the quarterback and receiver. I would say it's gonna be about 55-50 because Dak needs to be the leader and say, "Hey, give me this route. This is what this defense is doing." Wide receiver needs to run that, or the wide receiver needs to step up and be like, "Hey, Dak, hit me on this route." Swag says, "I was mad. The Eagles they won, but we need to not be scared of the Eagles. I don't think the Cowboys are scared of the Eagles. Right, Harv?
Nah.
I think if anybody, I think Dak is scared of the 49ers. Let's just be honest." Alex says, "Where have our safeties been these past few games?" Man, this is
And
the
that's why I'm talking about the secondary, man. I am not. If y'all feel comfortable, go ahead. But I'm telling you right now, I do not feel comfortable, man.
and it's funny, right? Because we're talking about, damn, this safeties have been the strongest point of our defense, and we've never had this I mean, we always had that issue where we didn't trust our safeties, and now our safeties hard for whatever reason. Well, not all of them. I think more than likely it's just because J. Ron has been caught with a lot of penalties, Harvard, especially
He
these last
has.
couple of games.
He has.
So I
It's
mean,
getting
I
it's
understand.
called getting exposed.
I'm
That's
not
what it's called.
I'm not ready to put it there yet.
Why
Uh,
not? What do you mean? I
I mean,
mean, the film doesn't lie. You can't.
some of those on J-Ron were kind of tic tac. Tyrone says Romo can't top Troy Aikman, number 8. No, Troy Aikman has 3 Super Bowls. He's the GOAT right now in Cowboys Nation. Adam says, I don't see how when the double cover Parsons, the other side isn't aggressive attacking the quarterback. Instead, we see a winded Parsons. Didn't you mention this, Harv?
Yep.
Where's the rest of the defensive line when you got 2 people on Michael Parsons, man? The only one, I think it's Osa. What was that stat that you brought up about Osa?
So Osa is number 2 when it comes to pressures from defensive tackle position. Number 1 is Jalen Carter from the Eagles. Number 2 is Osa. And they're the best, man. They're the top 2 best in the NFL in defensive tackle when it comes to pressures. Pretty crazy. They have a formula for it. It depends on how many snaps you have and then how many double teams you have, all that. They put all that into consideration, and those 2 are the top 2 in the NFL.
Jose says when Diggs went out, our secondary went down gacho bad
I'm
hard.
not gonna lie, man. It felt like a different defense. It really did.
It is a different defense, a
Yeah.
totally different defense. Uh, Loyalty for Lifetime says Eagles trying to trade for Rashad Penny if we can't get Henry. Oh shoot, that'd be some crazy moves if the Eagles continue this path. Danny O says Dak holds the ball too long. Do you agree? He's been doing this, Daniel, since he was a rookie, bro.
He does it so much. He does. I'm fine with holding the ball. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But when it's 3rd and 6 and you hold on to the ball, that's when I have a problem with it. Or you kind of drift back and lose another 10 yards. I don't agree with that.
He also says Rams. Daniel says Rams will expose our Cowboys defensive backs. Hey, Daniels, I don't know, man. Deron Bland almost had 2 picks. And like I said, Herbert throws 100-mile-an-hour fastball, man. So I feel good with Deron Bland and Queen. Yo! And Loyalty for Life says, sorry about Romo. LOL. I like Romo. He just wasn't elite. Nah, I get it. I get it. I mean, in our hearts, Romo was elite, right? Jose says, I'm going to laugh if the Eagles lose to the Washington Commanders on Sunday afternoon.
They're pissed off, man. Oh, I know. At least I know Jonathan Allen is.
There's Queen right there. Yo,
Yo, Queen.
we're not forgetting about you, Queen. Hey, all love here, Queen. Uh, Adam says losing Diggs hurts us emotionally and physically with the other safeties. Diggs was on his way to having his best year and as a leader too.
He was. I ain't gonna lie, man. I gave Diggs a lot of crap, I could say, because one year he didn't. It looked like he was giving up the most yards in the NFL, and then another year he didn't look too good. But it looked like, excuse me, it looked like he was putting it together this year, and then he got hurt, man.
I know, man. So unfortunate. And like he just we do have confirmation he had successful surgery today.
Yep.
So that's good to see
Why
him.
did he just have it though? That's weird.
I think the way it was explained was because of swelling. They had to let like all the swelling go down before you can actually open up a knee. Harvey can't just go in there and just dig it out, man. It's
That's
kind
a
of hard.
long. That's a long time though.
Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. For whatever it is, it does feel a little bit longer than expected. You want these, especially, I think wide receivers, and then I think the hierarchy is wide receivers, running backs, and then corners had the hardest transition to make a comeback after a ACL, MCL, whatever it may. Because a dude from Michigan, this one says a dude from Michigan has been a bust so far. Damn, he's already calling Mati a bust, Harv?
I don't understand why he's not playing.
I just think he needs to get the right snaps in place. Queen says our red zone percentage went down after Zeke left. Bland is the beast. He is taking good care of his side of it. Just so people know, right? I do have those stats. So right now, the most efficient team in the NFL right now, when it comes to third down efficiency, is the Kansas City Chiefs at 48.91%.
Ooh.
Second place, a very close second place, is the Philadelphia Eagles at 48.48%. And a very close third place is the Buffalo Bills, 48.28%. And then the Dallas Cowboys are at 47.67. So our third down is not that bad. I think it's more the red zone. I think that's where we
Look,
be.
we're good between the 20s, man.
And Aubrey's been money, Harv.
It's automatic. But I'm saying we're good between the 20s. It's after the 20s is where we run into trouble. It's like I don't know. I don't know what I don't know if the coach play calling he kind of has a brain fart or what. I don't know what it is, man. We need to fix it. But I'll tell you what, if I'm down there, I'm getting aggressive. I don't understand. Look, Mike McCarthy was calling the plays. I don't understand why he doesn't take a shot in the end zone and instead he lets the clock run out and kicks a field goal. That makes no sense whatsoever.
It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't make any sense, man. You do that against good teams in the NFL in the playoffs, you might as well chalk it up in the L column. That makes no sense whatsoever. If I'm going to take a shot, I'm going to say, Dak, take a shot in the corner end zone, throw it as far as you can in the corner where only your receiver can catch it. It's that simple.
It is that simple.
This game sometimes is too easy, man.
It's too easy that it becomes predictable, right?
Yep.
And just so clarification, loyalty for lifetime wanted to clarify that Rashad Penny is a part of the Eagles roster.
Yeah, I was
He is.
going to say, I thought he was part of them.
He is, and he said, "I'm sorry, it's just like sometimes when I go reading through everybody's comments, I just kind of go really fast." He just says if they don't get Derrick Henry, we should maybe try to push with the Eagles because they're the only team in the within our division that is accepting trades from the Dallas Cowboys. He said maybe we should push for Rashad Penny because he's a bigger back. And he also wanted to mention loyalty for lifetime on TikTok says Mati is playing good.
He actually, I actually looked at that because I was worried about it too in the snaps, and it looks like Mozzie is only getting 20% of the snaps
He really is.
all year. So, but when you go back and look at Mozzie, he's actually holding his own.
Not only that, but when he's able to get his leverage, Harv, he pushes linemen like 5 yards back, Harv.
The only problem with Monty right now, he's not a pass rusher.
He's not a pass rusher.
He's not a pass rusher right now.
So we got to give him that developmental time.
Yep.
And then Rams let Maher go before they played us.
Yeah.
That was by Danny O's. Cantu Reyes says, saludo from Brownsville, Texas, 956.
Let's go.
He said, loyalty for license. Maher missed 3 kicks Sunday. That's why he got cut. Tyrone Coma says, but to top it off, if the Cowboys need to get lots of touches in the tight games against some 49ers so we get respect back. Look, I think that the only thing that we have to say about anything, right, is that it's still relatively early. I think that that game was perfectly in the season. If anything, I think it was mainstream media that make that game bigger than what it was. Harv, I don't know if you can attest to that.
Yeah, they did.
And I really do think that a lot can change from here until the end of the season. I mean, we can literally see the Cowboys maybe lose out the rest of the year, and then now we're in the talks of having a top 5 pick. I mean,
That's not
injuries
happening.
injuries happen.
That's not
Injuries
happening.
happen. Injuries happen. But
No.
number 4, we're not going to be in that draft position. I'm sorry. Um, Queen says I saw Diggs and Dez at the Chargers game. That's respect right there. She was there.
Nice.
She knows.
Yep.
Amstein, it's good to hear you. Hey
I'm
yo,
fine.
guys, I believe we are trending up. Even with all the adversity, the O line will be dancing by mid-November, getting hot at the right time. Not only not I'm saying I don't want to one up you, and I hate to do this, but I do feel that for whatever reason, I think it's gonna take the Cowboys maybe about 2, 3, perhaps the next 4 games to have this offense actually working together as opposed not being together. And I think once this offense gets clicking, I think we're going to see something totally different. Everybody's tone is going to be changing about Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer, and I think we're going to have to eat crow. So that's why we try to be careful. We say, get him out of here. You know what I mean? So just it's a new offense. Everybody's trying to get used to it. We'll see what fits in for Dak. We'll see what fits in for McCarthy and what he's seen on from the defensive side of things. Swag says, "Who do you want, Zach Ertz or Devontae Adams?" I think Zach Ertz has been put on IR, therefore he is not available anymore. I think they put him on it's the 4-week one, so he is out of the contention for to trade for. Devontae Adams, the Raiders have already publicly said it. He is not up for trade. But if you gave me my choice, give me Devontae Adams.
That
Why
ain't
would
gonna
you
happen. Too much.
why would you make the game fun? Jose says that the dude with the best reception rating is Kelsey con Taylor Swift. That's too funny. Tyrone says we hope Prescott get that fear out from the 49ers out of him before playoffs. I really do think that he has a great opportunity to cash in on this, like you said. Um, Tyrone, I think if anything, it's all about the confidence. For whatever reason, Queen is laughing at Jose, and then
Because of the comment, a la Taylor Swift.
oh, okay, okay, Jerry, we are not going to tank for picks. Let's go. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying anything can happen. Injuries happen in this NFL. I mean, number 4 goes down, we're gonna have another Michael Parsons type year. Or where we were able to get Michael Parsons because Dak went down. Getting Henry from the Titans, Adam says. I
Why not? Why not, man?
mean, at this point, why not? I mean, Swag says you saw the 49ers not going to starting their quarterback on Sunday. Yeah, we talked about at the beginning of the show.
You're late, swag. You're late.
Danny O says, I think we miss Schultz. Harv, do we miss Schultz?
Nah,
For whatever reason, especially the last year with the Cowboys, Schultz just didn't look the same Schultz as he did the year
not
before.
for 12 million, man.
Uh Canture says, Jay, what are you saying? Jay-Z put him in check. Our boys are gonna be good. Hey, they are gonna be good. They are gonna be good. Look, right now we're not gonna give any predictions, but we wanted to get back on live just to get back into the swing of things. I mean, the bye week was really good to us all. Stress-free football, Harv.
Yep.
Right now, 6.5 point favorites against the Rams. Right now, that passing attack has been looking good. I believe that's the one strength of this Cowboys defense has been that our defense, right, the Cowboys defense has been holding offensive teams to only 100. No, I'm sorry, only. They're only allowing 177 passing yards a game, Harv. And when you look at the Rams offense, they have been doing. Let's see here. The Rams have. They've been averaging 253 yards passing, Harv. So, you're looking at the Cowboys defense strength, which is in stopping the pass, and then you got a team that's very pass oriented team coming in. So we'll see. We'll see if this defensive line can come together. I know we some people were making a big deal about Sam Williams saying "free me" and whatnot, right? One more question. Go for it. What do you say? No, but he also said no more 49er playoffs. Laughing out loud. Uh, Johnny Brewer says, "Do you think the Cowboys are good enough to go to NFC Championship? I would love for the Cowboys to host the NFC Championship at AT&T Stadium and win the Super Bowl 58. That would be fire." I mean, Johnny, we've been waiting for a Super Bowl for about 30 years, man.
I think. Uh, so if you were to ask me right now, are we good enough to win the to? Are we good enough to go to an NFC Championship? I would say no. We are not.
I think it's too early, if anything.
The offense is just holding us back, man. And I think this is the way you got to look at it, right? I think if it's a close game, teams can do whatever they want on offense, right? But when you have an offense that puts up points and now that team's behind, they only have one thing and one choice to do, and that's throw the ball. And that fits right into our defense and our strengths. And I think when you have an offense that can constantly score like that, a lot of points, I think this team is a whole different team. Whole different team. So we still got a long ways to go, man. This team is not even hitting its stride, which
And
is a good thing.
and I think that's what it comes down to, Harv, is just that defense just finding their stride and just staying with it. And the same thing goes for the offense, just being together and playing together and being on the same page. I think that's the only thing that we've learned so far. Queen says, Johnny, that would be amazing, right?
It
For the
would. It
Cowboys.
would, man. It would.
It would be amazing. And then Swag says, how many I guess he's asking how many the Eagles have to lose.
Five more, swag. Five more.
I mean, right now, Cowboys are 4-2, and the Eagles are 6-1. Johnny, that is the Cowboys' perfect dream. That's what Queen is. Loyalty for Lifetime says, "Bro, we gave Dak everything, and he still can't do it." I don't know. We've given him everything because even Harv said it at the beginning of the season, which they hadn't done enough on the offensive line to make it very solidified. But it's good to see that they're healthy right now, especially after the bye week. So we'll see, guys. I mean, I think it's just about them getting on the same page right now. Loyalty for Lifetime also says, "Long way to go, short time to get there." I mean, he hit it right on the on. He really did hit it
He
right
is
on.
right. If you think about it, we got November, December, and then it's the playoffs.
It's crazy to think that we're entering week 8, Harv.
It is, man. I feel like it's gone by so fast.
It has, and it's not fair, man. Because last year it was like every single week was going on.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, man? Before we get off, of course, if you want to tune in to our predictions, you got to tune in on kickoff and post game. And post game, we eat the crow if we lose, and we are loud, obnoxious as every Cowboys nation should be. Uh, Loyalty for Life says, we always have an excuse for Dak. He says that he's sick of it. I get it, man. I get it. But Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. It is what it is. He's not at the same level as Patrick Mahomes, and he ain't running like the way Jalen Hurts used to be. Harv. Junior Swag says, "Can't wait for the Cowboys versus the Eagles game." Swag, please just chill. Let's focus on the Rams. Queen, it's only game 8. We have Mike calling the calls, and we are still adjusting. We need to get hot next month. Is It's all about it. She's
That's
right.
it. She's right. She is right.
The stars at night. They always shine so bright, man. That's why you should tune in for the Cowboys cast, man. Everybody's a star here. Also, it says are big and bright. They really are. And deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
Especially in the deep heart of Texas. I love being loud and obnoxious. It's in my Cowboys DNA, as it should be for all of us, man. Jose Pais also says, puro piece and chorizo grease. I like that one, Jose. I think I'll put that on a cap and start
That is
selling that
pretty
sucker at
good.
the flea market. I can see. I can see. Yeah, Swag says easy win on Sunday. Okay, Swag. All right.
Okay, swag.
Uh what do you say? Oh, Loisy says he's good at doing nothing. That's what he's talking about, Dak.
Yes,
Danielle says, thank y'all for representing Cowboys Nation. Salute to
sir.
everybody on TikTok chiming in. Loyalty for Life says he's good for getting paid, right? And let's see here. Emstein says, Queen, I'm with you. A little more healthy. A couple balls bounce our way. Trust the process. I
Yes,
love it,
sir.
and it's true. Planning on going to a home game soon. All right, Queen. Shoot. Swag says, who who you think is going to win the World Series championship?
Texas Rangers.
It better be somebody from Texas representing.
Texas Rangers.
Good night, loyalty for lifetime. Appreciate you on TikTok chiming in. Queen with the hearts. We love you guys. And of course, M. Stein says, travel safe, all. I'll see you soon. That's it for us, man. Harvey, anything else?
Keep it real.